What's going on, guys? I'm gonna go into this real quick because today is Diff Day. We've got the old Diff right here, and we'll walk out here past the MR2. Wheels still for sale. Just gonna plug that real quick. Wheels still for sale. Wheels still for sale. We got the new Diff here, which get the light hitting it right here. If you can see, they cleaned it up nice for me, man. It is nice and clean and black. Thanks again to Chris for cleaning this up for me. It looks like new. The only thing that sucks is now I got to burn these out and then cut out the old bush. Bush as the Australians seem to say it. Old bushings here need to be burnt out, and then I'm gonna have to cut them the rest of the way and pry them out like I did the last one. So I'll show you guys a step-by-step process on that. Before we go over this and go real in depth into all this, I wanna show you what happened to the old Diff. So here's the old one sitting on the floor, and inside the box there is all the scrap. So I'm gonna show you all that, but here's the old one. I just went ahead and beat out the old solid bush mountings. So here's the old solids, which I'll reuse these. That's why I'm burning the rubber ones out. These are my solid, what do they call Battlefield or something? Battle something. I got offline. Those ones I just knocked out real quick using a sledge. And if you guys can see in there, there's still a bunch of the aftermath. And the pinion gear got all messed up when this got done. Just a bunch of just awesomeness happened to this poor Diff when it got smashed. It does suck though, because I do prefer the Auto TT Diff because it has cooling fins on it. If you guys saw it there, that one does not. I'll show you a little bit closely here. But let's go open up the box here, and I'm gonna show you what happened to the LSD, and so you guys can get a better look at it. So here we got the Diff cover, which thankfully this didn't get damaged. Even on the inside here, it's good to go, which I probably shouldn't lay that down on there like that. We got the inputs here, which I've got metal shavings all over them, but I'm gonna keep these and save these also, just like I'm gonna save the Diff there as a whole. These might come in handy down the road. I'm not sure if I'll need to reuse them or not, but I'm gonna hold on to these just in case. And then, here's what we really need to look at. This is what let go of me, not the pinion gear here. This is your, no, sorry, this is your ring gear. As obviously you can see, it's a giant circle. You guys can see that there. Spins. This is your ring gear, and then what I showed you inside the Diff is the pinion gear, and then in the middle of this ring gear is your LSD, or if some people have an open center section, this is considered a limited slip. It's considered torsion style. If you guys can see, it has like little gears in here. But I'm gonna get up real close with here. I'm gonna have to take these gloves off now. I'm gonna try and get up real close with it and show you where it snapped at exactly. All right, so you got your press-on bearing here too. So again, there's your ring gear. And if you can see here, see if this will focus for me. If you can see here, it looks like I started to break these off a while ago, and there's a couple teeth still left on there, not very much. Yeah, not the best in the entire world, as you can see. They were pretty well chewed up. Some of them are better than others. Spin this around here, and I can show you right where the one, memorize what this gear looks like. Yeah, this one's completely gone. There's the roller still there and the gear below it, but it just snapped off, which she left down here in the bottom. As you can see, it literally split down the center. I'm not sure how it did that, but it split directly down the center. I've never seen that before. Usually you shear the teeth off the gear, but as you can see, the teeth were still good on it too. So something got stuck, I'm assuming, and just forced so much pressure and just snapped it down the center like that. I'm not sure if anyone else out there has had that issue before or seen it. If you guys have, let me know. But that was the killer of that one. They got the top hats for the rubber bushes and stuff in here. All the bolts yet, which there's metal shavings everywhere. But yeah, so this is junk. Like literally, this is going in the dumpster. There's nothing I can do with this. I'm gonna hold on to it right now unless someone wants to come pick it up for some use. Now the Diff itself here in the cover, I'm gonna hold on to because the covers can break and stuff, and that's a TT Diff versus the Aristo Diff, so I'm gonna hold on, and these inputs here, because you never know when you might need them. But yeah, that's pretty much what the killer was, man. As you can see here, the ring gear is not bad shape, and neither is the pinion, but there was just little nicks and marks that when they got it out, they're like, man, we can do it, like right here. We could definitely put it back in, but they just highly suggested against it. And I trust Freed and those guys, so I went with their suggestion and decided against it. So now what I need to do is go ahead and burn out the bushings and show you guys how I go about that. Okay guys, now what I'm gonna do next here is burn out these bushings. So turn the fuel on, gas. Can't see the flame, but I'm gonna go down here. We got the first bushing here. Literally just gonna take it and just keep holding it so she catches fire. As you can see there, after so long, it'll just stay on fire. It should. Now that should stay like that. All right, guys, you can see that they're on fire right now. I'm burning those bushings out. I probably should do a little bit further away from the driveway, but it will suffice. When I need to get something to hold these down, because I don't want it to stay in the driveway, because when that melts, it goes down. So I'm gonna go get something to hold these down real quick. So I got Pops involved now. Dad's helped me out here. He helped dig out the one bushing here that fell at the center. I gotta get out the rest of the rubber, but I'll just have to dig away at it. As you can see here, this is not a fun process whatsoever. This is what you gotta do when you don't have a press at your house. Once again, I probably, looking back at it, I should just paid free to do this and just have them press it out, but I'm an idiot and I like to do everything the hard way apparently. So this is what you gotta do, and then there's a metal ring that's inside of here, which I'll show you. I'm gonna have to go down to my friend Ben's house. He's got some air tools I'm gonna borrow and cut these rings out. We did it once on the other diff, but we're gonna have to do it again here. Guys, so I've got the diff up on the table here. We burnt the bushings out, both of them are out. And I've got my saws out now, because what I'm doing is, went ahead and, come on, focus in on me, come on. Why is it doing this? Focusing in right here, I'm trying to cut a slit there, I've got a slit right here, I've got some slits back here and there. So I did that on both sides, so I've got 4 slits on both sides. That should be enough, and then we'll use an air hammer to knock out the rest of it. But until I can do that, I might as well go ahead and put this on. It's just 3 bolts. Again, I think this is a big flange. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so what I'm gonna do here next is use blue Loctite on these here. I don't want this backing off, and it's just one thing. It says right there on it, use Loctite. So I think even Chris wrote that on. I'm not sure if it said red Loctite on it. It says use Loctite on. Didn't say what type, but so I'm gonna put Loctite on this to make sure these don't back out, and then just give her hell and crank it down as hard as I can. Now that we've got that on, I just gotta let it dry. Hear that inside there. How much play is there supposed to be? I have no idea. I have no idea how much play is supposed to be in there. But another thing you guys will need to do is this. So if you have solid bushings, put them in the freezer. Now, preferably, this isn't even cold enough yet. I prefer a deep freezer, which gets really, really cold. To get these as cold as possible, because obviously, if you know how metal works, expand and contract, it contracts and gets smaller and smaller. You want these as small as possible to help press them in. So when you get these bushings out here and get these all cut out, you can literally just drop them in, and then when they expand, they'll fit to it. Some are tighter than others. The battlegrounds actually fit in there pretty loosely. Like the one literally fell out, and the other one I had to kind of beat with a hammer. But it's pretty simple. And my wife's here now.
Hi.
She's so happy. So yeah, she's so happy to have the car running again, aren't you? Just thrilled. Babe, don't you love the Supra?
No.
Why?
I don't like the Supra.
No one likes you anyways. Guys, what do we give Kat? Thumbs up or thumbs down on the show, huh? What are you, a thumbs down?
Hey, I just worked 12 hours, okay? So I look like crap.
Oh, it's not about that. But you're still cute though. All right, guys, so I just got back from cutting out the bushings in this. I hacked it up a little bit more than I would have liked. You can see where I went a little too far in some of the cuts there to help get it out. But I only cut the top and cut into this. So I got a few cuts there and a few over there, and then taking the air hammer to it, but got them out. It's always a pain in the ass to get those, but next up, what I need to do is get my solid mounts out of here and plop these in. We'll do it one at a time here. Since these are cold, they should, keyword should, out. Maybe not. Might have to clean those up a little bit first. Well, so I started out trying to sand those aluminum bushings down some to help it fit, but that didn't work. So next out, I got a BFH. I'm an idiot. BFH, big fucking hammer, and just started beating them in. It took some hefty might. Only reason I say it was a little weird because last time when I did this, they literally dropped in with my TT diff, and I had to do nothing. Literally, they were in there loose. The one literally stayed loose the entire time. The other one, eventually, once it de-thawed, it expanded enough and got tight in there. So I couldn't imagine if these were warm and try to put them in, it'd have been a real big pain. You can see this is, it's wet right now. I actually can't even see it on my hand. It's literally wet right now because of the heat out here. So that's de-thawing. But next up is putting it on the little jack there, get up under the car and start putting this bad boy back in. It's gonna be a little time consuming. I'm hoping to get this done tonight. I've got really nothing else to do besides, after beating those in, I had to get myself a Blue Moon. No KEYSTONE tonight, but yeah, I like Blue Moon a lot. This is my favorite good beer, I guess I'll call it. It's my favorite good beer. It's really, really, really fucking good. All right, guys, I've got it all back together here. Sorry I couldn't record some of that there for you, but I wanted to get it back in, but everything is bolted back up and we're back in business. I haven't turned it on yet. I just wanted to check all the clearances real quick. Shut that door. But I'm gonna go inside the car here real quick. Oh God, I'm nervous as shit. Because I wanna make sure trans is good. Everything else is A-okay. Spinning on their own, checking for leaks. Seems to be all right. All right, got her down on solid ground here again. Next up, open the door and I'm gonna take it for a drive by myself here first. Bring the camera along and try to record, but I'm mostly gonna be listening for noises, and I know it should make, my understanding is it's gonna make a few clings and clangs on the first drive here, so not to be worried. So yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, guys, so I'm just back from my drive there. I just took it around the block quick. I wanna test it tomorrow some more in the daylight. I wanna get it back up too, check everything, check for leaks and stuff before I go for a real drive, but wanted to get it down the road, get some fluid through it. It is making some noise back there. I shouldn't say some, it's making a lot more noise than what it did before. But from what I read in the forums, it does get better once you drive it a little bit more. Definitely when you get on it or let off it, you can hear it like cling and clack. Like you can hear it engaging. When I was backing up there and I guess coming backwards and turning in, you hear it almost like, not like jumping like you would with a welded diff, but like you could hear it like fighting or moving. I'm not sure if that's normal or not. So I guess I'll find out a little bit more tomorrow. Goes aside from my soul.